Hey, this is Nicholas with the Backyard TARDIS here with some more adventures in locksmithing. Every now and then we get a customer who doesn't quite understand how locksmiths do stuff, so they kind of almost mystify it and think that we can do things that just simply aren't possible. And this was one example. A customer had come in, asked to get a couple locks rekeyed. And he asked how much, and we told him $8 per lock, and we rekeyed the 2 locks, and he went his way. And I went on lunch, and he comes back, and he's really getting in an argument. He's all upset with our shop tech, Jesus, and he's just arguing with him, and he demands to speak to his manager. And the manager was out on a job, the owner was out on a job. So I was the person there with most seniority. So he says, "Hey, can you come play manager and help me with this guy? Because this guy is really, really mad." So I came out and I said, "What seems to be the problem, sir?" And he says, "Well, I came in and I purchased a rekey. And when I got back to my house, the new key didn't work any of the other locks." I go, "Right, sir, because we changed it." He says, "No, you didn't, because they don't work." I said, "No, we changed these locks that you brought in, so they work with a new key. If you want those other locks to work with a new key, you got to bring them in." And he's, No. I paid for a rekey. All the locks in my house should work. You sold me a rekey," and he holds up the key. "And so when I put this in, all the locks should work to these keys now." And I go, "No, sir, that's not how rekeying works. Rekeying, we take the lock apart and we replace the little individual combination pins. So we can only do that with a lock that's present. We either have to go out to the house or you have to bring those locks to us. And that's why it was a per lock price. And you only paid for 2. So, that's why the rest of your locks aren't rekeyed." And he just got upset some more. And I said, "Look, his name may be Jesus, but he's not the second coming. He can't wave a magic pick in the air and go, 'Abracadabra, your house is rekeyed.' We have to actually work on the locks to be able to rekey them." And finally, I smoothed it over with him. After lunch, I went out and I charged him no trip. I said, "I won't charge you a trip, but so you don't have to keep going back and forth, I will go out to your house and rekey them, but you're still going to pay the per lock price, because that's just how it works. And that's what we told you to begin with." And so he agreed to that. And we get this all the time. We'll have people come in and they'll say, "I need to, I locked myself out of my house. I need to borrow the master key." It's like, master key? Are you at an apartment center? What? We can't hand out, apartment center master key. No, just the master key that opens all Quickset. There's not a key that opens all Quickset. Or master lock or Schleg or whatever it is. People are always convinced that locksmiths have a master key that opens every one of them, and it's like, if we did, we wouldn't have picks. There's not a universal master key built into these locks. So it's always funny when they assume these things, but sometimes difficult to convince them, as they with no understanding of the lock sit there and argue with you that you don't know what you're talking about, asking you to do something that just isn't physically possible. But hey, that's just another day being a locksmith. Everybody have a good